Hey guys, this is your girl, Ashira Nelson from SavvyGirlMoney.com. Thank you for tuning in. We are so close to the new year, and I am so excited to see what the new year has in store for me. I am going to make sure I actually put out a video of my 2018 goals very soon. Hopefully that's my next video. I'm also going to try to show you guys how I set up my vision boards each year. A lot of people have vision board parties, which I do like those, but I have a different way of actually creating my vision board. And I like to actually print it out as a picture and frame it. Or if I'm not framing it, I actually just post it up so I can see it every day. Yeah, it's pretty cool to get together and have the cute little vision board parties, cut out magazines, blah, 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 but that's not what I do. So I want to show you guys my way next in my upcoming videos. But today the focus is on the new Trump taxes, also known as the Tax Cuts and Job Act. I don't know if you guys are excited about this, nervous about this, but I have put this video together to answer any of your questions. This video will be from the individual stance, so not for my entrepreneurs as it relates to their businesses or any like corporations. But I do want to say about corporations, they are going from a 35% tax to a 21% flat tax. This is huge. I think this was Trump's whole plan. He wanted to cut the corporate tax rate to make United States more marketable and make it so that more corporations will actually want to come do business in the United States, because in the United States we have the highest tax rates. We have tax rates for federal, state, local. We have tax on our food, tax on purchasing products. We just go fucking tax crazy. And yes, I am saying this from a CPA, but it is crazy. And I feel like he did have to do something. I'm honestly excited that he did something. I'm not saying I am the Trump supporter, but I am excited for the chance to lower my tax rate. If it actually happens, only time will tell based on different situations, but I'm excited. So this video is titled The Breakdown of Trump's New Tax Plan. I hope you guys are excited about the new year, but let's get into these new changes. So first, I want to talk to you guys about the new tax rates. So before, we had the 7 tax brackets, so that's not changing, but the actual rates are definitely changing. So in 2017, our tax rates were 10%, 15%, 25%, 28%, 33%, 35%, and 39.6% are our highest tax rate. Now in 2018, our new tax rates will be 10%, 12%, 22%, 24%, 32%, 35%, and our top tax rate will be 37%. Right there, the tax rate has already reduced 2.6%. And for 2018, the highest bracket will be for individuals who have more than $500,000 in income. Next, I want to talk about the standard deduction. In 2018, there will be more than 94% of individuals and couples taking the standard deduction versus itemizing. Itemizing is the situation where you kind of itemize your deductions, meaning list out your deductions. You can itemize medical expenses, charitable deductions, casualty losses, job expense, and other miscellaneous items. And I also want to note property taxes and state and local taxes. Those are itemized deductions. But 94% of individuals will be now taking the standard deduction because a lot of the itemized deductions are being repealed. Unfortunately, they're going bye-bye. But I will say that these changes are actually only temporary because after 2026, these changes are being repealed themselves. So from now until 2025, this is the case. Itemized deductions are being repealed, meaning some of them are going bye-bye. So 94% of taxpayers will take the standard deduction because the amounts are increasing for 2018. So in 2017, for a single individual, you received an itemized deduction of $6,350. That's for individuals. But for 2018, you're going up to a $12,000 deduction. So what that means is once you calculate your AGI, your adjusted gross income, you're going to subtract the standard deduction to get your difference. So with that doubling now, that's really going to reduce a lot of people's taxable income. And for married filing jointly, you are able to receive a deduction of $12,700 for 2017. But in 2018, you're going to get a whopping $24,000 deduction. Let me just say, now that I am married, I'm hoping in 2017 and 18, I can file jointly. I am going to appreciate that $24,000 deduction. Absolutely. I'm excited about that. I hope a lot of you guys are too. I know a lot of individuals are not happy about the repealing of the itemized deductions, but in some cases it is just better to take the standard deduction. Actually, for the 2016 tax year, I took the standard deduction. I did not have enough deductions to itemize. Yes, I have my property taxes, I have my mortgage interest, but I don't have medical expenses. I don't have any job expenses or any other miscellaneous deduction in order to itemize. So I took the standard deduction, and I was happy then to get the $6,350, and I'm going to be even more excited to get the $12,000 deduction this year. So I will say thank you, Trump, for that one. Next, let's talk about the changes to some of the itemized deductions. So like I was saying, you can deduct the medical expenses that you pay out of pocket. So that's out of pocket and for any of the tax years. So in 2017, you were able to deduct your medical expenses that exceeded 10% of your AGI. So what you had to do was calculate your AGI and then multiply that amount by 0.0. And anything over that amount, you were able to deduct as an itemized deduction. Now in 2018, anything over 7.5%, you'll be able to deduct. So like I said, you calculate your AGI, multiply that amount by 0.075, and then anything over that amount you can deduct as a itemized deduction. And in a lot of situations, you're not even going to have to keep track of your medical bills anymore, because for individual, if you don't have over $12,000 in medical expenses, property taxes, and all the other deductions, you're not even going to take the itemized deduction. You're just going to take the standard deduction. Property taxes, state and local taxes are changing for 2018. Currently, so that's for 2017, you can deduct all of your state and local taxes you have paid in that tax year. And you can also deduct the property taxes that you pay on your primary and secondary home. secondary meaning like your vacation home. But for 2018, unfortunately, things are changing and not in a good way. Trump is only allowing a total of $10,000 to be deducted for your real estate taxes and state and local taxes. So the accumulation of all that can only be deducted in the amount of $10,000. Womp, womp, womp. That's a true letdown, especially for the individuals in like California, New York, New Jersey, who have these extreme property taxes. I really truly feel bad for individuals in those areas, but hopefully you guys can now just take the standard deduction and just move past it all. Yes, some other things are changing as it relates to the itemized deduction, but I feel like for my following, those are the two that will impact you the most. And just a little tip, because we do have like 3 days left inside 2017. If you can, try to take as many itemized deduction in 2017 as you can. So that means pay up your property taxes, pay on your state and local tax. If you have a fourth quarter payment for your city or state taxes, pay them in December versus wait until the true fourth quarter due date of January 25th. Make the payment, put it in the mail before the end of the year. I will literally go write the check for your property taxes or your state and local taxes, write the check, take it to the post office, have them stamp it for a December date so that you can take the deduction in 2017. Yes, it is that serious. We are advising our clients at work to do that. People are going crazy, especially the wealthy. The wealthy are trying to take as many deductions, and we're going to get on board too. We're going to take these deductions. We're going to figure it out. Next up, let's talk about the changes to the personal exemptions. So if you look at the face of your 1040, which is page 1, you can take an exemption for yourself if you have a spouse and any of your dependents. Let's say a typical family, a husband, a wife, and 2 kids. That's a total of 4 exemptions. In 2017, you were able to deduct $4,150 for each person, each dependent, each total exemptions. So in my example, that was 4. So you were able to multiply 4 times the exemption amount of $4,150. But for 2018, the change is taking a horrible turn. They're eliminating the exemptions altogether. Yes, guys, the personal exemptions are going bye-bye. And this is not a good one. I am not too happy about this at all. You know, like on your W-4, they always say, well, how many exemptions would you like? How many exemptions do you have? These kind of correlate. So you kind of put, if it was like you and your child, I have 2 exemptions. Now, you don't even get this exemption. You don't get to take it. Yes, you can still list if you have you and your child on your W-4, but you won't even reflect that on your 1040. I cannot believe Trump is doing this to us. Yes, Trump. I don't like this one. I don't like this one at all. And you know who's going to suffer? The people with a bunch of kids. In the past, you got to take the exemption for every last one of your kids and yourself. Now, you don't get to do that. You got to take that good old standard deduction and your itemized deduction, and that's it. I am so unhappy about this change. So unhappy, Trump. But moving on. On to good news. Trump did do for us. He increased the child tax credit In 2017, we were able to take a credit of $1,000, but in 2018, he raised it to $2,000. I'm excited about that. It's like he gave us one thing, but then he took another. He like gave us something, but then he stabbed us in the heart with another. So I guess you just gotta take the good with the bad with the man. I don't like it, but hey, what can we do? I want to give you guys the facts so you can know the facts. Regardless of my opinion of his changes, these are the facts. Okay, so moving on. A lot of us do not have to worry about AMT, which is the alternative minimum tax, but I do want to provide you a little information on it, just so if you're sitting at work and someone bring up this topic, you know a little bit about it to be educated on just having a conversation about it. So AMT is the secondary tax on the wealthy. This allows them or kind of stop them from taking so many excessive deductions. This is standard or a secondary tax that make them kind of add back in all those excessive deductions and assess a secondary tax rate on them. That's all I want you guys to know about that. But just know AMT is not really going anywhere. I kind of was hoping that this would go away, but as of now, this doesn't affect me, but I'm sure in the future it absolutely will, because baby girl is going to get her dollars up. Next up on our list is Obamacare. Hey Obama, we miss you, Obama. But Obamacare for 2017 and 2018 is not changing. But guess what these guys did up at the White House? Or on Capitol Hill. They are repealing Obamacare in 2019. I think some will actually be happy about this, but overall I am not. But let me tell you facts. So you will no longer be required to have health insurance starting in 2019. So that means on your tax return, you will not get penalized for not having insurance, but that will leave 13 million people without health insurance. Okay, so are we now making it so that people don't get penalized, but in the bigger picture, people are actually going to be losing out on their health insurance? I'm not liking that. I'm not liking that like at all. I love the idea of people staying healthy, having health insurance when they need it. I don't like the idea of penalizing people for not having it, but I do overall love the idea of just everyone having insurance. So to wrap things up, I do want to also let you guys know, like I said, these individual tax changes are only temporary through the end of 2025. Who knows what will happen after that, but these changes are only from 2018 till 2025. So they are temporary, but the corporate changes are permanent. They are here to stay. So that lovely flat 21% for corporate taxes is staying, which is a good thing. Also, I want you guys to know that there are some huge changes that is going to be made for pass-through entities. So if you guys would like to talk about that or talk about any other changes that will affect your individual tax situation, please set up an appointment with me at savvygirl.com/services. We can discuss your individual tax situation and see how you will be affected. I wish I could talk about everything, but then the video will be entirely too long. So I just wanted to give you guys the breakdown and talk about areas that I think will affect you the most. So I hope I have shed some light on this new tax plan. I'll see you guys again next week. Happy New Year's and enjoy